we are live and people can hear me. So that is absolutely amazing. We're just going to sit and chit chat here for a few minutes and give people a chance to join if they want to join. Um, and we will see who will be joining. Obviously, everything is recorded. So those who are not able to join will be able to come in later. But I'm so happy to see people here. You're a strong supporter. Hope we soon meet in Portugal to plant some trees. Same to you, As is my rock star who helps so much around, especially with things that we miss. Zero, you have been here from day one. Just amazing. Uh, and we have based Baby Doge. Mike, you are absolutely amazing. Love that you're always around. Uh, Bio Grivna, I see you in almost all our AMAs. It's just amazing. And then we have the one and only CP. You know, he's just a rock star. You have helped me with lots. We have been on projects together in the old bull run of 21, 22. Yeah, you and me we've just been around for so long. Absolutely amazing to see you guys here, and you guys really mean a lot to me and mean a lot to Roburna. I know you're all very strong supporters. There's many more supporters than you guys who have joined here now, and I'll just give it. I can see more and more people are joining. I'm happy to see that. I'm sorry for the small delay in starting today's AMA. I had to get a little cold water in my head, uh, and yeah, just get ready for today's AMA. We have Mr. Roburna here, the one and only, the one and only. You are always around. Tiba Roland, you have also been around for quite some time now. And then for some reason, it doesn't allow me to see other. We have Chirek. Chirek just joined, also amazing supporter. I've seen you around for so long time. Absolutely amazing to be able to be here with this event. And then we have B. I think I know who you are on Telegram as well. I've seen you in many of our events, but I think you are, if you are the guy I think you have been around since the early days as well. So absolutely amazing. Um, and I can see some in our group is saying they don't have an X account. We are gonna be doing our future events on X lately, and this is also why I changed. I've had a few calls this morning on Telegram, and it lags, it kicks me off, it doesn't allow me to connect proper. We've had a lot of issues on Telegram. So I think we're gonna start to do this, that we're gonna have community calls, but they are gonna be most likely directed towards maybe Google Meet, something more stable, where we can do screen presentations, go in over what we're actually doing. Because obviously I always like to share my screen, and I had actually planned to share my screen today as well, but that didn't come out because Telegram is having very big lags when I do my presentations and meetings. Obviously, a team is meeting every single day, um, and um, and this is where I came to the decision that we're gonna be on Twitter today, because we're definitely not gonna cancel just because of Telegram, right? So, yeah, first, I would like to thank everybody, not only you who have joined here, but also the people who wasn't able to join. Our success and our strong community is something that really means a lot. The support that you guys give us, the belief that you have in the project. Obviously, I know that a lot of that belief is directly in me. Some is here for the vision of Roburna, and some are here from my vision, which obviously two things that align a lot. But I know a lot of people, and we obviously see it in the chat. In Lars, we trust, and this means so much for me. As you know, it hasn't been an easy year. Things is not always going according to plan, but seeing supportive messages and knowing that you guys believe in me also makes me really want to fight harder. I will never give up, and we are here. We are here to make it. There is no middle ground here, and this is my true passion, and this is what gets me up very early every morning. This is what gets me through the day, is that we need to get this up and running, and that you guys support me always in thick and thin. We have been called out to be a cult many times. Many people have called Roburna a cult, and obviously that can be seen as a negative thing. I think we are just strong believers in a healthier future for humanity in general. There is a lot of lies going around in the world. There is a lot of things that should be different, and this is something we all know from our day to day. And I think Roborna very much reflects that there is actually a possibility to change. Obviously, we are the small guy. Still, we are the small, but together together with the technology that we are building, we'll be able to make a difference from that. And this is something that I really highly appreciate, that people share this vision with me. And it really makes me just want to keep going every day. And even though we are still making smaller mistakes, I was called out earlier. We had forgot to change our logo on Twitter. Obviously, an embarrassment, but that managed to be done in the last minute, even though it should have been done earlier. This is things that happens, and there's going to be initiatives to obviously fix this. Remember, me, myself, I'm one person. And as you all probably know, I like to have many balls up the air. Roborna is not a small project, and it cannot be done just by one man. And for this reason, we have teams in place. We have teams coming in and helping us. We have a lot of workers in different divisions. I own several companies, as you all know. So it's not only that I own Roborna and are part of the whole Roborna ecosystem, but we have several companies branded Roborna, and obviously Roborna Labs being the biggest and most active company that we have. But I also are part owner of companies that I've been with for many, many years, over a decade. Obviously there is different issues coming up in different companies, and it's realistically how we handle things that takes us to new heights, right? I think you have all had workplaces where things have not been perfect, even though we want things to be perfect, especially if you are in a leader position. Um, and even workers, obviously, they want the best workplace that they can have. And we are trying to get a very good workplace in our company in general. We are trying to always keep our personnel under good conditions and everything. But there will be a lot of things to improvements. I haven't given hints earlier this year towards things that's coming. I'm going to have an announcement for everybody later in this AMA. But I want to go a little bit structured into our presentation today. So I have thanked everybody, and I'm truly happy for your support and your belief. And moving forward, we are going to make sure not to disappoint you. Now, this is a birthday or anniversary for Roborna, and I want to go over the year that passed, the year to come. So obviously, the year have not been perfect. We have been surviving a very bad storm that came to us earlier this year. There was an exploit detected, and we had to make some quick and drastic decisions to go in and save the network. And through debugging, we obviously found we found the issue to be deeper than we had actually planned and hoped it would have been. And this has taken us to what we're doing now. I think it was really a wake-up call for me, myself personally. I can tell you guys as a personal note and say that when this happened, I completely lost sleep. I completely lost overview. And this is not something that actually happens a lot to me. But this was a really eye-opener. And this has also been one of the reasons why the process have been taking a little bit more time, because I need to find a solution that is completely safe and sound for us to move forward, because obviously I cannot be having uh, I cannot be having any insecurities in regards to our own technology, especially not when it's holding the investors' funds, not only my own funds and my own image, but actually your guys' funds. So this happened, and it was a problem that was stated back with some issues from Genesis block, which is the first mined block on the blockchain, something that you cannot change even if you do a merge of two blockchains. You are not able to change what happened in exactly that block. You might have heard of other blockchains that have been doing mergers, and then they have fixed issues, but this was not doable through this. And this was obviously uncovered when we were just about to do our final rollout for the deep proof of earn and for the Roburna bridge. When we were doing these testing processes, that was when all of this was detected, which was obviously the worst possible time, because I was getting ready to basically having a rock party with all of you guys throughout this whole year. We had been worked hard for it, and then we came to this surprise. Neither the less, we managed to come over this hurdle. You guys showed trust in us, and this will be highly rewarded. This is what we will be working towards now, to highly reward for everybody here, and everybody in our community, everybody who have ever been part of Roburna, and everybody who will become part of Roburna very, very soon as they get the possibility. So we were transparent from the beginning. As soon as we knew the issue and what was going to happen, there was an AMA done in February this year. I disclosed the findings. Some people understood it in full back then, and some people didn't. And some people, until today, still haven't fully understood what had happened. But I have tried to explain it, and this is essentially where we stand. But now we're in very good hands. We have found complete solution for everything, which states to our security and even hires the security level to heights that we have never seen before. As I stated earlier in our last AMA, we have found a public audit partner who will also be doing audits of everything that we are doing. They are already started. So we have handed over a vast amount of codes from the blockchain, and this is currently in review. How long time they exactly need to do this review is still not disclosed, but it will be a process that will take at least several weeks. But that's not gonna stop us from moving forward. They will be there, and as soon as they're done with the blockchain, then they will go into individual smart contracts that has a connection to me, again, to state security. Now, it was asked in the community, why would we do an audit before we do the holder migration? The reason, obviously, is we do a security check before we activate things. That's the most reasonable thing. And we also did that in the past. It was just not a public audit partner, and maybe not as reliable partner as the one we have now. The one we have now do have a track record, do have experience. They are themselves blockchain developers as well. With this public report, there's going to be a statement coming out from a third-party company that has absolutely no relation directly to us, and they are not even in continents that we have or operate businesses in. So our connection with them is obviously getting stronger day by day, but we don't have any initial relationship with them, which only hires the trust of what the audit report is going to be coming with. But now we are into the recovery phase, we're into the rebuilding phase, and this is what we want to focus on now. So moving forward, which means already on Monday, we would like to invite all of the community to come in and be part of this relaunching process, which means that we are preparing currently, our team is sitting and preparing guides, tutorials for the testnet. The testnet is live. I actually think I dropped, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I forget where I dropped things, but I was, and one of the members or one of the listeners here in today's AMA, he's here himself, and he can tell honestly that he have managed to deploy a contract. And when he managed to deploy that contract, I shared it. That was a few days back, where he went in to do a deployment and show that he managed to actually make a smart contract. I'm just trying to find it here now so I can post it in the public community. So the testnet is fully live. There is already a big stack of contracts that have been deployed on uh, our testnet. Obviously, a lot of them from ourselves and also some from our partners. The Frauset is going to be going live on Monday. So on Monday, there will be a public Frauset, and everybody will be able to come in and be part of this testing phase with us. And this is something that we really want. We want you guys to get very familiar. We're going to start out slowly. So we're going to kind of do a little, just like we go to the gym and we do a good stretch. So we're going to go in and we're going to stretch our testnet powers and our blockchain knowledge on AppleSwap first. We have the protocols that you guys already know about. And then I think there is a protocol that was never tested with the community. So we will get time to go over that. That will be the first week. So with week one, we're going to jump in heavily to testnet. If we're going to need 4 or 5 days, I'm not sure exactly. It will depend a little bit on the community as well, because we wanna be looking into the actual activities on the network. So we're going to take the testing phase depending on how many people are testing. So let's say that there's 100 people coming in on Monday and doing the test with us. Then already Monday, we will be sharing the next steps and take you guys step by step so you'll see exactly AppleSwap. It's personally a little bit important to me that you guys get to know AppleSwap, because obviously the majority of our partners and the majority of future partners are going to have an interaction with AppleSwap, right? Because it is our main DEX, it is the main and first protocol that's going to be launched on the Roburna blockchain. So even with many more protocols to come, AppleSwap still stands as part of the core. Now, moving from there, we will have partners that will come and present their developments. And obviously, there will be some of these partners, I can already disclose now, we have a few partners that have no tokens. They come with protocols for users to use. They have very interesting things, and they're not going to have a token, or at least to me, they've said they're not yet planning on launching a token. But they will come in, they will make their protocols available, and you guys will be able to test them. So you get a little bit familiar with their protocols as well. Same process as we're gonna do with our own Swap protocol, we're gonna jump in and do with our partners protocols. So I'm most likely gonna call for some community sessions, and we're gonna be sharing some pre-recorded material, and we are gonna share some text material, and guys will be able to come in and fully test what is our partners actually doing. That way you will get familiar with the protocols. Obviously, this is a big interest to all of us, right? This is where things start to become exciting. And I'm gonna tell a little bit more about some of our partners um, that come in. And I can also say that there is some of our partners who have decided to be present today among the audience here. So there will be things that happens there in terms of partners, and this will obviously be a little disclosure to you guys as well, who is going to come into our blockchain. So through this testing, and also for those who might listen later, let's say there is a project owner that's thinking about coming to Roburna and would like to come in and be part of this process. Obviously, there's going to be other initiatives starting now towards new partners, and other things that we are going to be doing from the team's aspect to onboard even more people, because even though we have a good initial start now, we're happy with the partners we have. Obviously, more projects coming in, a project that want to migrate. Somebody sitting with a token on BSC have no idea how to get more audience, have been dead, or maybe had very slow activity since 2001, 2002, 2003, and want to still keep on fighting, want to still get a chance. Obviously, Roburna gives another possibility like that, right? Because we are a strong little community, but we are a growing community, and especially very, very soon, as you all know, I went to plant the forest this year. The seeds are planted. You all know what happens when we plant a seed. It sprouts and it becomes a tree, if it's a tree seed, obviously. You know, I speak a lot in this metaphor, and I've been planting seeds, guys, for decades. So with things that's gonna come, it's gonna be very, very interesting for a lot of people. I can tell you guys, I already have whales reaching out to me and saying, Lars, when can I get to support Roburna blockchain? When are trading gonna start? So things are definitely gonna happen in that regard. And should there be anybody who wants to come in, be part of our testing phase, we are going to run the testnet testing beyond just our mainnet migration. So this will be an initiative that will stand for many months now, and we will simply go in, not force. You know, we are not forcing anybody by power, but we will go in and motivate our community to be part of testing new protocols. Because as a developer myself, and knowing the difficulties that comes into development, when you are trying to launch something on especially Web3, there is different kinds of issue solving than you have ever seen in Web2. So I can tell you guys, for project owners, for developers, when you are launching a protocol, to have 20 people, have 50 people, have 100 people that want to come in, help you test what you have actually built or paid to get built, and then get feedback from the users. That's some of the most valuable thing that can happen for an early stage development. And the earlier, the better, because it makes the people who don't want to give the feedback, it makes it ready before then, because there is so many user things, there is so many interfaces, there is so many complications when it comes to the Web3 industry. Because remember, the industry is very, very new compared to the original internet, Web2, a web shop. You know, the tools there are just more advanced. The knowledge base there is more advanced, and that makes it easier to make a perfect Web2 platform. There is testing tools that we don't have yet for Web3, where on Web2, you just run a script, it tests everything, it gives you the box, and you can move forward. So we will be that strong community, and I hope you guys will be participating in this. And that, as I say, is going to start from Monday moving forward. And from there, we are jumping into other projects and other developments. Obviously, one of the obvious ones that I've been teasing you guys with for a long time is RoboSnipe. RoboSnipe is a very big project. I've had the honor now to test the protocol a few times, and I was speaking with Robot the other day, and I sent him a big chunk of testnet tokens so he can start to deploy on testnet. And he told me that he had scheduled his team of developers to go in and start integrating from Monday. So Monday, we're most likely going to see the first RoboSnipe contracts deployed. Most of RoboSnipe is running on script, so they will be going in and preparing everything to allow RoboSnipe to actually be tested through testnet. They are currently running. I've seen success cases already from RoboSnipe because they've been in testing now for a long time, and they have different tools. And one tool that was developed with the thought of Roburna in mind is actually a tool that will allow projects to have their tokens on two different blockchains and maintain the prices across the two. And this is something that's very, very important as well. So they will be making a lot of tools and they will be doing soon there, or that was to my understanding, that they will soon be moving toward a mainnet launch. Again, remember, RoboSnipe is one of our strong partners. It comes from the RISE initiative. It has been in development for a very long time, and it's a really, really interesting project. And I know that there's going to be some of the activities that on RoboSnipe will allow people to make money without trading. And there's also going to be a possibility from strong supporters, Robert told me, to be able to become early investors into RoboSnipe, because again, RoboSnipe, to my knowledge, haven't done any funding round, at least no public funding round. So as we all know, they will be doing some kind of funding to set their liquidity pools and go live as a token. And this, for some, might be interesting, but either way, we would really love to see people coming in and helping with the testing of RoboSnipe, which will be included inside of our testnet program. So RoboSnipe will be one of the protocols, and there will be many other protocols. I spoke to you guys earlier this year. I'm actually not sure if that was stated public, but there was some AI developers that came in, started to work with us earlier this year. They have been making some amazing tools as well, and there is a lot of very, very interesting things coming here, both in terms of AI, in terms of NFT, in terms of trading platforms. Obviously, one of the obvious ones are RoboSnipe, but they are not alone. There is other trading platforms coming in, and then obviously we have the very interesting part of the industry that many people like and that actually have driven most likely most adoption to the Web3 space. That is some meme coins. And I know we have a few guys very, very eager to come in and show you guys a lot of things that they have been working on, and some great memes that's coming on for those who like those things. And for those who don't like those things, that is also very, very fair. We are not here to actually, I want to make very clear, even though the testnet phase is going to take you from project to project, we are not directly investing them in terms of a financial investment. I don't have the license or anything to give financial advices. And obviously, we are here for education purposes, right? And the testnet, and this is also why this is done on testnet, is to take you through the education, to learn about them, to see who they are, to see what they have built. And this is the main reason for why we do this. We want to have an educated community because you, with the education, when we get more people in, you will be able to come in and help us with all of these things and help us onboard new people. So this is extremely interesting, and this is something that we have really been happy about, and this is what we really want to focus about, guys. We want to focus about letting everybody know, and this will also be a perfect opportunity if anybody know people that would like to know the actual ins and out of blockchain, not through a video, not through like these educational content that I've been sharing, but actually being able to come in, sit with me, walk through platforms, walk through how does it work technical wise. And if there should be anybody who knows people that would like to participate in these, then we would be very, very happy for them to come on board. Obviously, it's testnet, no money is required. The only thing you need is a stable connection and a Web3 wallet like MetaMask, which is free to download. We will allow people to claim the testnet tokens. So the tokens will be for free, the coins will be for free, the gas will be for free, and everybody will be able to come in and fully test what's going on. And the only thing we ask in return is feedback. So these activities are gonna start on Monday. As I said, we're gonna have a fixed program, at least 5 days a week, taking you through them. It's not gonna be live calls every day, but there's gonna be live calls every week to go in and go over this. I myself will be hosting at least one main call a week, and then from there we will see if some of our partners or others would like to host some calls as well, then that would be allowed. And obviously, again, if there should be anybody in the community as well that would like to be part of this, would like to help people, would like to host small community calls, and be part of this process, we will be more than happy for you guys. And you simply just reach out to me in DM, and then from there we will arrange that. So yeah, what have we achieved so far? So on the testnet, we have achieved a lot of different things. We have achieved the DEX staking, token logger, airdrop tool, launchpad, and more have already gotten deployed. So these things are already live. You're going to see them on Monday. You're going to start to test them so you know yourself and get comfortable with the base utilities inside of the launchpad. Now we're going to move to the next stages where we're going to get some more utilities launched. Obviously, we are currently integrating the deep proof of earn and the bridge. They are going to be working on the mainnet, not on the testnet. And then on other things that will come, we are making sure that the buy bot is working. We have a mint bot that's now working. So we'll be able to pull all of this data from the blockchain, and that will allow everybody to keep a follow-up of the things that's going on there. We have our partners that are going in and really making some amazing developments, which you guys will very soon see. And then throughout the coming month, we will also be looking into the Roburna Forest dashboard. I'm doing some redesigning of the Roburna Forest. Obviously, the Roburna Forest page have always been live. You guys know it from when we launched it several years ago. It's a beautiful platform. But now, as the forest is planted this year, part of what happened this year is also that we managed to grow the forest, at least a big part of it. More than 2,000 trees was planted. It was small steplings. They are growing in Portugal, and it's a very, very interesting progress we have there. And with this development in our forest project, we really want to go in and make a dashboard for you guys to be able to see, and also to include the forest into the blockchain. So we will get into mainnet first. It will not be the highest priority, but following that, then we will come with our dashboard and we will launch the NFT logic that will allow for tracking of what is the activities that goes on. This will be tracking and authentication of the forest on the blockchain. And as I say, as we cross the mainnet, a few weeks into mainnet, I'll be looking into a fixed date for a public event. So we get a date set in stone where we guys can meet up, all of us in Portugal, go and look at the land, maybe make a little bit of barbecue, and obviously have a little Roburna event there. And that's going to be very, very interesting. And this is something that I have wanted to do for a long time. Obviously, things have taken the courses that they have, but now it's very soon the time. So then moving forward here, obviously I have disclosed some partners. We have disclosed Birds of Space, or they disclose themselves. We have something very, very interesting coming in as well. As one of our partners is ended up making the factory, now there's gonna come a clothing brand that's gonna come in and also wanna be part of the Roburna ecosystem. They're not gonna have any token. They're gonna be working with that's one of the first partners of the item tracking system, and obviously the physical factory, which has also become our partner. So there's going to come a lot more into real life items and fashion. We are looking in. And this is something that I really want to speak with you guys more about, not so much today. I have mentioned earlier that we want to make a Roburna Earn program. It's Roburna Earn program in the sense that together with our partners, making applications that will allow people to come in and earn on Roburna. So the Roburna Earn program is more gonna be like a group for entrepreneurs that want to work together, want to help each other grow, because obviously there's many aspects when you run a business where you can help each other grow. So this is the Roburna Earn program. So these are things that are coming. Our first BaaS partner is coming, and we have the item tracking system, and we have an exchange listing. Obviously, that's something that I haven't actually mentioned today, but obviously another thing that happened this year is the centralized exchange that we were listed on. They have decided to close their doors. Everything seems a little bit sketchy in the ways that they are doing things. We still haven't been able to speak with the legal team, which was promised to get published. And obviously, there's things that is looking like it's not going how it was actually promised when they made the initial announcement and took down the platform. Now, moving forward, obviously it was stated by one of our community members that most likely Roburna as an entity will take this as a very strong lesson and be very careful with working with smaller exchanges again. And that's obviously something that we will take very serious. Now, we might be working with smaller exchanges from Roburna's side. Realistically, I think we lost a few $1,000s or pending recovery of a few $1,000s. That's what we have from the Roburna side as a company. That if we are gonna lose it, that's what we lost. It's obviously a loss that we can recover from, and that's not anything that puts any backstoppers into us. But you have to also remember, we don't actually need, and also when we listed on this exchange, it wasn't actually actively us who arranged that listing. I ended up adding to liquidity. I ended up adding some more money to liquidity, but I wasn't even the only liquidity provider on SegX. I think I provided 2,000 or $2,500. That was what we provided in liquidity, and obviously equal amount in Roburna tokens at the time of going live. So we ourselves will focus on the more serious exchanges. we have already made one exchange deal, and that exchange deal is a lot more serious, incorporated, and licensed compared to SECEX, which we have had the issue with, or we haven't actually directly had the issue with, but they have closed their doors. But now there can come others because it doesn't require me or Roburna entity to be able to actually launch on a small exchange. And obviously, this is a warning and a lesson to all of us that we need to be very, very careful. Where do we have our funds? And security is something that always goes in and is very important. If you have money in wallets that you don't have the private key for, then there is this potential. There is this potential. Almost every trading bot, or basically every trading bot that is launched in Web3, you're giving your private key or you're generating a new wallet on that trading bot, the issue becomes the same, right? So we need to remember that in Web3, we have to take responsibility of our own funds. We don't have the money in a bank. And if there is no insurance covering us, then realistically, we might be standing to cover our own losses if things doesn't go as expected. So these are things that we really need to note because I do know that there is newer exchanges that's interested to work with Roburna. Obviously, we did a very big outreach throughout 23 and 24, and a lot of this outreach went out as well to small centralized exchanges, just like we did the medium sizes and we did the big ones. I've spoken with hundreds of centralized exchanges, and realistically, it doesn't take anything, it doesn't take my approval for us to go live on a centralized exchange. So a centralized exchange could simply just buy Roburna token, match their own liquidity, and go live with a Roburna trading pair. And for this reason, there might be coming smaller exchanges. There might and most likely will become other scenarios with an exchange that closes again. So, with that in mind, and us being early, we need to stay very educated and make sure that the decisions that we make when we invest or move funds around or hold funds on third party platforms, that these are our own decisions, and we need to make sure that the decision that we take, we could be um, we could still be comfortable with that if there was a negative outcome, right? Just like investing. And this is something that I just wanted to mention for you guys. As I say, a new exchange is in the horizon, a lot stronger exchange, many more users, huge trading volume, and this could potentially bring a lot more eyes towards us. This is what we're hoping for, and this will be disclosed. We have already spoken with them, and they are preparing to integrate the mainnet. Obviously, they integrated the old mainnet. Now they will be integrating the new, and they will come in with full support. And the same exchange will allow for other projects to list with them on the Roburna blockchain if they should want to. So moving forward, we are going to have a lot of interesting things there. And then we are going to have some fun over the next few weeks with the actual testnet to make sure that we get everything tested. And as I say here, what I really want from you guys is feedback. And that's everything that we have ever wanted for you guys. As you know, I've never been sitting in an AMA, I've never been sitting in any public presentation and said to you guys, invest, 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 invest. Other projects might have done that. I have actually never, and it is a principle for me, to not do that. If people want to be part of Roburna, you can do so without investing or with a very, very minimal investment. You could just put in $2. You're still part of the family. And this is the way that I designed our validator system. This is the way that we designed everything. And for us, this is more than money. And also you have to remember, when you invest into Roburna, your investment goes into the liquidity pool. I've never sold a Roburna token, which means I've never taken money from the liquidity pool. The money doesn't go to me. And this is something that's very important for you guys to understand as well, is that the money that you do invest, if you invest it into a liquidity pool. Now, I have a little exciting thing, as I mentioned at the earlier stage of this MA. There's something very interesting that I wanted to speak with you guys about, and for everybody who have hung along for so long. I told some of you guys earlier this year that I personally made an investment in towards AI, and we have actually come quite far over the last, it's approximately 5 months ago since we started this investment. And one of the things that I'm trying to do, guys, because obviously, just like today, we had a little delay in changing a logo. Sometimes we miss things, and obviously, it's never cool to feel that we miss things. Sometimes we also have different ways of communicating and understanding, which means that I might state something publicly and thinking that I've stated very clear and understandable to everybody, but it's not always so. What I'm working on, guys, is I'm working on an AI assistant that will come in and help me with communication, help me and my team with structure, help the community with also answering or asking direct questions without it having to be actually in the public community. It will be a bot, just like a chat agent, that you'll be able to use for many different things. It will also be able to help remind our community, which means that we are planning for this to come live over most likely by the end of this month. So by the end of this month, we will come in. Now, this has a very special layer of brain and knowledge, and it will also be a tool that you guys will be able to actually ask me questions without having to directly ask or call me out, which means that the bot will have a functionality to go in and submit things and make sure that it reaches the team, just like sending an email. We will not directly have access to your conversations. It will be specific features inside of the bot that will allow this to go in. Obviously, the bot and the brain will train itself over time. It will be a tool that will come in and assist with a lot of things. So it has several layers to it. It has like a corporate layer where it goes in and help managers or bosses or owners or directors or CEOs, just like the position that I'm sitting in, which means that I can go in and set up some processes, and the bot will go in and help me to actually get to the end of these processes and make sure to maintain consistency. And then it will have an aspect of a knowledge base, which means that we're currently training it in all the knowledge that have ever been shared publicly. It's also going to be infiltrated into our community, which means that it will learn from what we speak about. And with all of this, we hope to come in and minimize our mistakes. Obviously, it will have a high grade of knowledge in terms of spelling, mathematics, and all the basics, which means that the issues that we might have seen in the past, hopefully we should be able to actually remove that layer with this assistant that will come in, proof check everything that we do, maintain consistency, not only consistency in terms of workflows, but also consistency in terms of publication. So that means that we'll be able to handle more platforms, we'll be able to answer quicker. The human layer will still be here. The assistant is just to go in and make things easier. And it will also be allowed to speak in different languages. As you probably know, and as we have mentioned earlier, a lot of the bad vibes that have been in our community has most likely been due to bad translating tools and people actually thinking and understanding in different languages. And we also hope to diminish these kind of misunderstandings with our community by making this development. So this is something that has been a personal project. This is something that I've been working in. I'm currently using the bot, so the bot is actually live. But obviously, we still need to get some more training, and I'm estimating 3 to 4 weeks before willing to put it into the community and let you guys use it as well. And from here, you'll be able to ask it questions. You'll be able to do a lot of things. It's connected to several LLM layers as well, which means that you'll be able to also use it for some personal things. The bot is going to be free, and it's just going to be here to help us and to help you guys to make sure that everybody gets the right understanding, which means that I put an announcement up in English and you say, can you please explain this to me in French? And it will do it for you. And then you can get a full understanding of what was actually explained without it being a translation layer, because obviously this is trained into native languages, which means that the accuracy should be quite high. But again, as any new developments, and this is not, this is not our base focus. It's a team that's separate from all our other development teams. It's AI developers that's sitting with this project, and it's something that I've never actually mentioned before that I was making. I've only mentioned that I do go into AI, and I did make a personal investment into AI, and I've decided to make this tool for Roburna. And obviously, we would be very happy when it goes live, just like testing of AlgoSwap and testing of our partners' protocols, if you guys will be part of helping us with making sure that we get this bot optimized and we get it proper tested so we can make sure that it actually perfectly functions, which means that if you speak Chinese, if you speak Belgium, if you speak Spanish, then obviously we would like to hear the feedback. We would like you to try translate with it. We would like you to try use it in the way that it's supposed to be used so we can actually make sure that we get this down. Because obviously with doing this and making sure that we get this, now we'll be able to publish as well in different languages, which means the bot will be able to help me handle, for example, 5, 6, or 10 Twitter pages, and we will be able to manage the communication from my side through either Danish or English, and I will be allowed to now communicate to the public in 10 different languages. Now, this could give us a quite good exposure, and it's something that not many projects do to get this reach. And I think it could be something that could be a very interesting aspect. And then obviously at the same time to come in and help reduce misunderstandings and also failures or delays or inconsistencies from the team side towards the community and the investors. And the good thing as well is the bot doesn't need to sleep, right? Which means that we can have 24 hours a day monitoring of our chats, assisting our community. As I say, there's not going to be anybody removed from the team at this current stage, which means that we have our moderator, Alcalde, who you're all very familiar with. He's still going to be there. I'm going to return to the community even more, even stronger, even more passionate. I just need to get this little coding done. We will have our partners, we will have more people coming. There's new people getting trained to come in and also be part of this process. the bot is just going to be an extra assistant to make sure that everything gets answered the right way, and make sure that we actually get this consistency and reduce misunderstandings. And then we're most likely going to add some more functionalities to it when we are done with version 1. I think in development, they are currently developing a version 3 already. So there is a lot of other interesting things that's going to come with this. But again, let's do testing of version 1. Let's make sure that we actually get the base functionalities. Let's make sure that we manage to communicate in a lot more languages, get a lot bigger community. And then from there, we will look into version 2, which have some functionalities that I'm very, very sure you guys will really like. So yeah, that was a little bit of what I had prepared for today in terms of our little birthday event. I could maybe say that besides obviously us working on our little AI project, then we have some very, very interesting, very, very high grade developers that's not working for me, but from partners that have been working quite some time. And I actually had a meeting yesterday with one of them, and he came with something that was very unexpected to me, something that's very, very huge. And he said that he would like to come in with this and test it with the community. He said he needs most likely 2 weeks to be able to have a beta that he would be happy to share with you guys. And this is something that is really, really interesting in terms of people who like crypto activities and more the activities that you guys have all seen going on, but with a high level grade of AI integration. So yeah, that was a call that I got yesterday. He showed me what he was building, and I was like, this could be very, very interesting for some people. So for those who are into the more living things of Web3 and the things that creates the hype, uh, they will be getting a surprise during this month. Obviously, be part of the testnet program from day one. Help us test, help us get familiar with everything, make sure that you know how all our protocols, and then throughout this process, there's going to be some very, very interesting things for you guys to see. And then you will know exactly what is it that the mainnet is going to bring. So that was what I had prepared for everybody here to mark our 4th year anniversary. We are really, really thankful for everybody who have joined. I'm very, very happy that you have been supportive throughout good and bad. And now we are getting into the very, very interesting times. Today, I didn't set a specific date for mainnet, but as we go into the testnet testing in the coming weeks, we're going to announce a fixed date, and then we will be moving forward with full speed. And from there, we are going to be focusing on growth for you guys, growth for us, growth for the community. We're going to make some very specific parameters, and I will explain to you guys during the testing periods. I'm going to be explaining to you guys what are the parameters that we will be used to track success. And these will be the numbers that we will be focusing on. Thanks everybody for joining today. It has been an honor as always to have you guys here with us. And yeah, have a great day or evening wherever you are.